Should you add your spouse to your payroll? That's what we're going to talk about here. Huge ramifications from Social Security benefits. I can't wait. I've been thinking about this for 2 days now. I got to get off my chest. Now, many of you guys might have any inclination about this. You might say, I'm not self-employed. It's not that big of a deal. So I would imagine this would be one of my least viewed videos. I'm telling you, though, before you hang up, there is some serious Social Security ramifications I'm going to share with you that even though it's not effective to you as a self-employed business, it certainly is affected, or you will be affected by that for Social Security, potentially. So anyway, let's go into this. So I got a guy, we'll just call him Brant. All right, and he was 51 if memory serves, and his wife, we'll call her Candace. All right, and she was 52. All right, so Brant runs we'll just say he runs an auto shop. That's just not as black as I was hoping for. Yeah, you guys can still see that. All right, so he's been paying himself $70,000 a year. He's an S corp, and paying himself $70,000 a year as a reasonable salary, and that's what he's subject to his FICA, $70,000 a year. Now he still gets more than that from a dividend, as a pass-through dividend, which he doesn't have to pay FICA on. All right, so and we'll just say he's been doing this for 35 years. All right, and we'll get into this here in just a second. The last few, I think he said last year he started paying Candace $36,000 a year. All right. Now, before that, she was making like $18,000. She stayed home to raise the kids, so he put her on the payroll. I think basically for $18,000 a year for the first couple of years. But now he's going to raise her salary to $36,000 to bump up her Social Security benefits. That's a mistake, and I'll share with you why. All right. So we're going to say Brant. He's not in the greatest physical shape. I mean, he's been getting on his knees and hands looking under hoods and the whole thing for a long time. So he says, "Oh, look, I probably got another 10 years left to live, or left to work." So essentially what we're going to say is he is going to have 30, what I say 30? Oh yeah, so he will have 35 years of the equivalent, the average indexed annual earnings. So we're going to say 35 years of $70,000 a year indexed for inflation. I cannot tell you how many people say it wasn't adjusted for inflation. Yes, it's not adjusted for inflation. It's adjusted for the average wage index. And so what we're going to do, if $70,000 was what he's making today, and he's made the equivalent of $70,000 over the course of his working career, that means he's making $25,000 25 years ago, something like that, which is the same as $70,000 today. So all we're going to do is we're going to say he made $70,000 a year in average index wages on an annual basis, and he did it for 35 years. Now, he actually made more than that because he has worked since he's a kid. But remember, Social Security only takes the top 35 years. And I get it. Many of you might, if you're new to this channel, might not understand what I'm talking about here. I got so many videos on how to calculate Social Security benefits. But just remember, if you made $25,000 in 1992, for instance, they index that with the average wage index, and that will give you what they're going to give you your Social Security benefit on. And we're going to assume that Brant made it on average in adjusted wage indexes $70,000 a year, and he did even though he did for more than 35 years. The 30 years, 36 to whatever, doesn't matter, because what happens is they take the top 35. So we take our trusty calculator, link in the show notes. We do 70,000 times 35. That gives us his total indexed earnings of $2.45 million. All right, $2.45 million. All right, 2.4. That black is just not good. I had one that was good yesterday, but I don't know where I did with it. $2.45 million is his total indexed earnings. All right. So what we do is we say, okay, let's just say now he's going to retire in 50 when he's 62. We'll just say it doesn't matter. I mean, literally, he can work until he's 100, and he'll only have, on average, $2.45 million of his total indexed earnings. We divide that by 420. Let me get my towel and wipe this off a little bit better. Maybe it's just kind of wet. I just sprayed it down. We divide by 420. To get his average index monthly earnings, 420, and we take that 245 divided by 420, and we get 5,833. So his aim is 5,833. All right. So now Candace, on the other hand, we're going to say she hasn't worked other than for 10 years. The next 10 years for which Brant is until he retires, and then he's going to sell his business. All right. So we're going to say she only has 10 years of making $36,000 a year. All right, so we're going to say $36,000 times 10 is 360,000, which is 360,000 is her total indexed earnings over the course of her working career. Divide that by 420, and that gives her an AIM of $857. Hope you can see. Yeah, you can see that. Okay, 857. All right, and we do the same thing here at 420. Now the premise again was he wanted to add Candace to his payroll in order to give her a Social Security benefit. And I'm going to prove to you why that's a mistake. All right, so now we know for a fact when you have the 3 bend points, all right? And so this, we know for the first 9, the bend points work like this. The first 0 to 960, you get 90% of that. 961, I can't remember exactly what it is because it has changed. We'll say 5833, you get 32%, and then anything over 5834, you get 15%. All right. So they just changed it to literally it's new bend points now, 2020. It changes every year, but it's roughly that amount. All right. So we know for the fact that Candace will get 90% of this. So we times that by 0.9 at her full retirement age. So her PIA is 771. That's the amount she's going to get at her full retirement age, 771. And we're going to say her full retirement age, 67 years old. In this case, we take the first 960, we know that's 0.9, and we subtract 5833 minus 960 times 0.32, which gives us 4873. We times that by 0.32. That's 15, we're just going to say 1560. 960 times 0.9 is 864. You add these two together, 864 plus 1560, that gives him a benefit of 2,424. So his 2,424 is his PIA. All right. So now we know for a fact, though, that 2,424 is well more than half of that. I mean, this right here, half of this will be well more than her PIA. So in this case, that $36,000 a year does her nothing. It does her nothing in terms of her income for Social Security, because at full retirement age, 67, she can draw her spousal benefit, which would be half of this, which case means she will get 1,000. I'm just going to use red here. 1,212. Wait, that much better. 1,212 plus Brant's 2,424, which means they're going to get 3,636. All right, so in this case, they're going to get $3,600 a month in Social Security. Has literally nothing to do with Candace's making $36,000 a year for the next 10 years. That will not help their Social Security benefit at all. Now, hang tight. Watch this. So let's keep that there. What if instead of giving Candace $36,000, and don't forget, Brant's got to pay unemployment compensation, and he's got to pay workman's comp too on Candace being an employee of the firm. So there's a fee that goes on with that. So what if instead we say, forget adding Candace to the payroll, let's just put it on Brant instead, all right? So now we're going to say that $36,000 we're not going to give to Candace, we're actually give to Brant, and Candace can go on doing what she's doing, gardening, volunteering at the church, volunteering at the school, picking the kids up from work, changing diapers. She's not really changing diapers anymore because her kids are older, but you know what I'm saying. She can go back to being a stay-at-home mom, doing the important stuff, all right? So now we're going to say Candace makes nothing, has no income. Let's see if this green will work. Candace got no income, a little bit better, kind of ugly green. And now Brant, instead of making $70,000, he makes $106. All right. So now he's making $106 for 10 years, and he made $70 for 25. Because again, they take your top 35 years, and the top 35 years will consist of the amount he's making now, which is $106. And then the rest, which was $75,000. Does that make sense? So basically, there's no out-of-pocket cash flow of anything. It benefits Brant to do this because he doesn't have to pay workman's comp and unemployment for Candace. So in this case, we're taking $106,000 times 10. That's going to give us $106 million for his total indexed earnings. Then we take $70,000 times 25, it's going to give us 1750. Add these two together, plus 1060, which gives us 2810. 2810. So now his total indexed earnings are 2810, and we divide that by 420, and that gives us 6690 is his. That's going to be his AIME. AIME equals 6690. So now we go to this chart right here. We say, okay, let's get this out of the way. 6690. And let's go back to red. Just, geez, man, these markers just get bad. It drives me crazy. So we're going to say 6690. Oh, much. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Minus 960. All right. So 6690 minus 960 gives us 5. Is that so? We times that by 0.9. Then the next amount is 5583, and then second bend point minus 960. So 5583 minus 960 is 4623. So 4623 times 0.32. All right. Now we add 4623 plus 960. That gives us 5583 minus that. So 6690 minus 5583 equals, all right, 6690 minus 5583, 1107. All right, I hope I know this is confusing, but it's just, bear with, I just got to get this out. Times 0.15. All right, so that's going to be times 0.32. All right, so point times 0.15, 166. Can you see that? Yeah, you can still see that. 4623 times 0.32, 4623 times 0.32, 1479. And then we got 960 times 0.9, 864. All right, so now let's add all these guys up. Oh man, this is crazy. I'm telling you, man, this is freaking nuts. This is revolutionary. Revolutionary, in my opinion. And I'm stunned how many people will not have any idea how this works. And I'm getting this is kind of confusing. I just had to get it out, man. It's in my head. I wrote it down on just a white a yellow pad. I wrote it down on a yellow pad. I said, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe this," because this guy and I were talking about this just very thing yesterday. All right, so now he's got 864 plus 1479 plus 166. All right, so let's add all these guys up. 864 plus 1479 plus 166, 2509. Is that right? 864. Well, just 1623 times 0.32. 4623 times 0.32. Yeah, okay. So we got 864 plus 1479 plus 166. So his is 1,000. Hold on a second. 864 plus 1479 plus 166. So his AIME or his PIA is 2509. All right. That's his PIA. All right. Half of that is 1254. So we add these two together plus 2509, 3763. Look at that, 3763. So he's going to make 3763. That's $150 a month more. $150 a month more by paying himself that extra salary and not paying her. That's crazy. So 3763 minus 3636. 127 times 12, that's an extra $1,500. So $1,524 a year more from having paid himself the salary as opposed to paying Candace. Isn't that crazy? And then we times that by, I don't know, let's say they live 20 years times 20, and that's an extra $30,500. On top of that, Candace now will get, when Brant dies, she'll step into a higher PIA, a higher amount from a survivor benefit than she would have before, because the benefit is predominantly relied on him. Oh man, that's just nuts. That's nuts, and that doesn't include the unemployment comp. It doesn't include workman's comp. It doesn't include. Because he can still write that off. That $36,000, even though he's have to pay FICA tax on it. I mean, he was paying FICA tax for Candace anyway. So he has just untold savings. Plus, in terms of unemployment, in terms of workman's comp, and then on top of that, he gets an extra $1,500 a year just from doing this. Extra $127 a month from the same exact amount of money. I just find that crazy. And does any accountants talk about this? I'm trying to think. Literally, I was talking to my wife because she works for a CPA firm. She goes, well, then maybe we're missing something. I said, I don't know. Look into it. But I don't know what else could be missing. So Candace has no, and this is what, because the issue is, the ladies over at Center for Retirement Research at Boston College made mention of this. They said one of the drawbacks about women going back to work and working lower wage jobs is that it reduces their Social Security benefit. Because now their benefits relying on them as opposed to their spousal benefit, and on top, 100%. So not only now are they work and they're not going to get their own benefit at all, because all that work will just be nothing relative to Social Security, because they'll get the spousal benefit, which is one half the spouse's PIA. But on top of that, in this case, she's going to get more if Brant dies first, because he'll have a higher survivor benefit for her too. And we're talking tens of thousands of dollars here. It's just as crazy, and never mind again the tax write-offs the income they have to spend for the unemployment and workman's comp too. Anyway, I just had to get this off my chest. So if you see any problems with my math, put them in the show notes, because I want to revisit this again too. I find this to be incredible. And before you add your spouse to your employment, and don't. How about Roth IRA? They can, as long as Brant has or whatever, that wasn't his real name, has income, she can still do. Candace, as long as they have income from one spouse, they can still do all the benefits of a Roth, all the benefits of an IRA. They can do all that stuff. Oh man, I've been sitting here thinking, what am I missing? I don't know what I'm missing actually. So. Anyway, I'd love to hear your comments on this. I know this is kind of scattered, but I'm telling you, man, my head was about to explode if I didn't get this out on here. And I'll have to revisit this just to make sure. But actually, this looks worse than what I did on my back of the envelope, my yellow pad thing. My yellow pad, I had him getting a lot more, and I can't remember why that was. Maybe because I had him making, I don't remember what it was. But either way, this I'm just telling you, before you add your spouse to your payroll, please. Think about it. All right, we'll see you.